Omega 9 is probably one of the more extreme versions of a Tyrannosaur I've ever seen. One of the first bosses, and the only boss I currently have in Jurassic World, the game. I am an avid player. I love the game to death. But unfortunately, I can still never get past the level 60 margin. But that's not the point. That's not the point. But Omega 9 in the actual Jurassic Park franchise. Think about it. Where would he fit in? Where would he be? Let's talk about it. Now, the Jurassic Park franchise is a mixture of, well, if it's in the game, then it could possibly work. But then again, maybe it can't work. Plus, we have to look at something before we really do talk about Omega 9, and it's the sheer fact that the original concept for Jurassic World was to include more hybrids. It was also supposed to include plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs in an aquatic exhibit. They would have been the only ones in there hunting, fish and stuff, along with the mosasaur who's hunting sharks. But we get it. There would have been more hybrids. And let's also not forget that with Camp Cretaceous, there came the first mammal to ever grace the Jurassic Park franchise, the Smilodon. Okay? So this means that any creature could possibly work in the Jurassic Park franchise. I mean, we've seen Jurassic World alive, and we have so many creatures, so many hybrids, right? And so many other creatures, like for example, you have Brachiosaurus, right? But then you have Giraffatitan. You have Ankylodocon, you have Monolomiamus, you have Sarcoleptics, you got Gryposuchus, okay? You have so many fusions, right? You have so many fusions here, so many hybrids that they can actually fit and work in the Jurassic Park franchise, okay? You just need to know when and where to put them. Let's build the only island I can actually think of is Isla Sorna, because that would have been the only way to put hybrids on the island, even though they probably would disturb the natural ecosystem, and it's very possible they could probably take it over with maybe just giving them a male and female pair for each one. But let's really talk about it, right? Omega 9 in any part of the Jurassic Park franchise is going to be considered a problem. I would definitely put him in Jurassic Park 3, where we only get like a little bit of a cameo. We get like a little Easter egg to him, where we see this like footprint, but it has this like electrical it has like this electric surge attached to it, right? And then when Jurassic World comes around, they have him in a paddock that's further away from the Indominus Rex and is being monitored. Monitored by, I would have to say, Maserati personally, because this is a very experimental dinosaur. I actually think that if Maserati doesn't know about it, I actually think that Dr. Wu himself would keep like a personal interest to it, because you guys have to remember Omega 9 is probably a very expensive experiment as well. Now, if possible, if we do, if it was made and put in Jurassic Park 3 and it's deemed a failure experiment, Isla Sorna has the environment to keep it. It may have a tracking device in it, you never know, and Dr. Wu may just keep tabs on it from time to time. But by the time Jurassic World rolls around, he may want it. This means that Isla Sorna having this experimental T-Rex probably just running around it's very dangerous. It's very unpredictable as well, because this could possibly destabilize the environment. It's very possible that Omega 9 could possibly run around with the other experiments like Juggernaut, Salamander, Valkyrie. They could all pretty much just follow each other around, some eating plants, the others eating meat or whatever they just pretty much want. So these guys, or just Omega 9 himself, right, could actually terrorize the island or be a predator that likes to keep itself elusive. Considering its intelligence as well, being able to combat some of the other dinosaurs and other hybrids, I do think Omega 9 would definitely keep itself hidden from humans and maybe on occasion slip up. But it would have to hunt and eat as well. So this means Omega 9 could eventually hunt anything it wants. As for if it was moved to Jurassic World, that means in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Omega 9 would be a priority to get, okay? He would be what's the word I'm looking for? He would be he would be top priority over Blue, over Rexy, over every other dinosaur. He would basically be top priority. Eventually, they would be able to get him and rein him in with, maybe other Tyrannosaurs as well, because you have to remember that Omega 9 is essentially a really advanced T-Rex, He's got all the characteristics of a level 40 T-Rex. It's very possible that Dr. Wu, during Dominion, if Omega 9 is not made here, he probably would have been an experimental T-Rex on his way to becoming Omega 9. Okay? So again, this is really just me speculating on how Omega 9 could have been created in these various movies. But let's say that he was already created, right? Let's say that he was a level 40 T-Rex turned into Omega 9, right? So this means that Omega 9 in Jurassic World would have been the top priority of park security. It's very possible the Indominus Rex might be able to communicate with it and they break out. Or it's very possible that Omega 9 would replace the Indominus Rex as the main antagonist. And if that happens, it's over. No, the final battle is going to go differently. But let's say even if the Indominus Rex is there, yeah, Omega 9 is still whooping it out. There's really nothing that could beat this creature. There's no carnivore. There's no herbivore that could honestly beat this creature. And you might say, oh, well, Legendary, what if the Indominus Rex is maxed out? What if the Indominus Rex gets the drop on it? If the Indominus Rex gets the drop on it, it's not going to make too much of a difference. It's good to have the surprise factor, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that the Indominus Rex is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Fodder. Yeah, it's fodder compared to Omega 9. But now, what if Omega 9 makes it all the way to like Jurassic World Dominion, right? What if it was in Camp Cretaceous and stuff like that? Well, if it was in Camp Cretaceous, I do believe that it may be a part of the 5th season. And I think it would probably share the same biome as the Spinosaurus. But the Spinosaurus would probably steer clear of it because his nose is just not a match for it. I mean, it's very possible that if it's on Isla Sorna and winds up being in the same area as Camp Cretaceous, as the Camp Cretaceous characters, or on that small divided island or whatever, that these creatures would have been, in these prime areas frequently, okay? So they would have been, just moving around, keeping Omega 9 in check. Omega 9 might even live peacefully. But unlike the Indominus Rex, Omega 9 is actually a much more controlled case. Omega 9's not unstable like the Indominus Rex. So even if he breaks out in Jurassic World, he's not going to go on some rampaging, killing spree. It's very possible he did that in the game. But if we're looking at this from a super experiment perspective and he still acts like a T-Rex, yeah, he's not going to go on this rapid and over the top rampage. Okay? And let's be real here. Even if you want to say Blue and Rexy team up on him, if he does, they can't stop him. They can't stop him. They can't harm him. Even if you want to say, oh, what if Rexy, the Indominus Rex, in the Spinosaurus? Okay, you got a chance there. From a narrative perspective, you actually have a chance here. But Omega 9 in Jurassic Park is going to cause just a bunch of havoc. In Jurassic Park 1, he's too much. In The Lost World, he's an absolute menace, especially if he's the buck Tyrannosaur. He's gonna cause a lot of havoc. In Jurassic Park 3, he's killing the Spinosaurus on the spot and just ripping its head off with a simple bite. In Jurassic World, he's replacing the Indominus Rex. He's too strong, too fast, too durable. Not as intelligent, but it definitely is much more aggressive and much more powerful, and he still has that lightning bite. In Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, he's a top priority project. He's going to have to get captured. He's going to be the first one to get captured out of everybody. It's very possible they might have to put like some specialized DNA knockout gas to actually get him. In Jurassic World Dominion, God help everybody. Omega 9 on the loose probably won't cause too much destruction, but if he's on a rampage, and Biosyn is obviously not going to get there, he's going to make the Indominus Rex look tamed on the mainland. Even if we say, what if the Indominus Rex looks exactly like this here, then I would say it puts up a better fight. It's strong enough to give Omega 9 a run for its money, but eventually it's going to lose here. The beast or the creature is just simply too much here. Omega 9 himself is just simply too much. Okay? So at the end of the day here, yeah, if Omega 9 was in Jurassic World or in the Jurassic Park franchise, he could work. I do believe that he could work, but you have to set him up so well that you can't flop. And that's the problem with the last two Jurassic World movies. They flopped. So Omega 9 could fit, but it has to be set up properly. But let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.